Hi everybody, it's Kara. I wanted to give you an update on that Rolodex project that I shared with you guys a few videos ago and go over how to make the homemade Rolodex cards real quickly in case some of you are interested in doing that. So basically what I did for mine is I used, first I had some that were store-bought, and then I did make some Rolodex cards because of wanting certain types of paper to be used for certain sections in the Rolodex. And when I made my homemade ones, I made them 4 inches by 2.5 inches, and that made it about the perfect size. And then what I did is I have two different methods for putting in the little holes that you need. If you actually have one of those Rolodex containers where the cards are just kind of sliding in and out, like this, kind of that rectangle looking thing, you may not need to worry so much about these holes, but I have one of those rotary ones, and I needed to make sure that the holes that were punched into my cards, the homemade cards, fit. So one method, which is what you see here, is this little punch that I showed you guys before, and it's pretty simple. You basically just look at the inside of the punch. There's two little plastic kind of post things in there. You line up your card to the middle or wherever you want it to be. Basically, I suppose you could get very, very technical and measure it, but I just kind of eyeballed it. And then all you really have to do is press. And then that punches the holes for you. You put it apart, kind of wiggle it off, and there you go. So that's one way. And it's, pretty darn simple. These run, I think, $7 to $10 depending on where you get them. There is another way you could make these as well if you want, and you may already have the punches that you need. Basically, you need a 1/4 inch square hole punch. This is a retired Stampin' Up! Hole punch that I actually found on eBay. They had a few of them on eBay, and I think I did see a few on Etsy when I was looking. And then you need this little, you can see that, rectangle punch. And basically what I did is I used one of the dividers that came with my Rolodex, like this, and I lined it up so that I could kind of see where I wanted the holes to be punched. And then you just go in, I did it this way so I could see, punched your squares, both sides, punched your squares, and then you come back in with this little punch and line it up. And I actually, when I did this little guide piece right here, I took off. It comes off pretty simply. That way I could see where I was punching, meaning like this, when the paper's in there, then you could see it. And basically then you just lined it up and punched that little piece right there, and you had a Rolodex card. So you could do it either one of these ways. They both work. And I just wanted to mention too, I did mention that you can make little Rolodex cards out of a variety of paper. This is an index card that happens to have a graph on it, and then actual graph paper could be used as well if you want to do a section for sketches. So I just wanted to share all that with you. And then just give you a quick update on my Rolodex. It's still a work in progress, but I have some more sections in here. I'm going to have to lift the camera just so you can see it. And I apologize because I don't remember exactly what I had done when I first did this, but here's the embellishment section. I still haven't really done much there. There's the date section, and I made 2 little pages for each month of the year, and I just decorated it with some phrases that fit or some other little stamps that fit. And in here I'm going to put down all the birth dates, anniversaries, and all of that good stuff that I need to remember for card making. Then I have the journal prompts section, and I have these all ready to go. I'm going to start putting some things in there. And then I have a swap section, and I made these little cards, basically some notes for the swap and then maybe a little diagram of it. The next section is different products. Oh, sorry. Different products right there. Move this a little bit. And I changed up my Copics. I cut them out and put them on the black cardstock because I like the way the color showed a little bit better like that. And I also did these double-sided. So here's the first page for the blue violets, and then when you turn it over, you have the second one on the back like that. so that I don't have to pull the card off each time. I can see it. So I have all of my Copics in here, including the ones that I still want to get. I have all those labeled. And then I went through and did my distress inks. And I marked on all of these whether or not I had a marker, because I have a few of the distress markers. And then I also marked on these, and I grouped them according to colors. I also marked if I had the refill. So I used a little R for, I'm not sorry, not refill, re-inkers. So I marked an R if I had the re-inker, an M if I had the marker. And I'm going to go through and do some of my other inks a little bit differently, which I'll show you when I get that done. And then I, of course, have my punches, just a few of my border punches that I have, my embossing folders, let's see, then my title section, which I don't have anything in yet, my sketch section, which has those little graphs. Then I have the to-do section, which I haven't done yet, and the technique section, which has these little stamps on there. So that's where I'm at right now with the Rolodex. I am hosting a Rolodex card swap over at Craft Happens. If you're interested, it's going to be a partner swap, and you have until basically through tomorrow if you'd like to join, and then I'm going to pick partners and post them on the 16th so everybody can exchange some Rolodex cards and have some fun with that. If you have any questions about any of the things that I've shown you, please let me know. I'm really liking this. I think it's going to be really helpful when I get more and more things in here, especially like the inventory. And I have a pile, literally a pile of things from magazines that I've ripped out or notes I've taken on ideas I want to try. So I've got to start getting all those in here too. But anyway, once again, sorry to ramble, but if you have any questions, leave them down below. And as always, I hope you're having a great night wherever you're at. Bye.